What up, soul family? Back with another episode, and I have on a different color of lipstick, lip gloss, and it looks good. It looks good. The front is retwisted a little bit. Got some new energy today, but today we're gonna talk about dating while healing. Just a little tips and tricks on how to deal with both, because it can be difficult, trying to date and still heal at the same time. So we're gonna get into a little bit of details of that. Let's get into it.
Them no know, them no know, them no know. Send me a real top girl. Them fi know me a real top girl, real top girl, real top girl. Me can do it natural.
Okay. I swear I always feel like I start off the videos the same, but it's cool. I'm really feeling this hair, this lip gloss, everything. I look good. That's what you gotta do. You gotta hype yourself up. You look good. You look good. But anyways, the first one that I want to touch on is it's very understandable that healing can be very lonely, because when you first start healing, you're cutting off all that doesn't resonate with you anymore. So that includes family, that includes friends, that includes certain stuff that you were interested in, but you're not interested in it no more. And it's normal to have a longing for a partner, because as humans, we desire love, even if it's not romantically, like platonic, self-love, whatever it is, we crave some type of form of love, right? So it could be understandable that we get a little lonely sometimes and we want company by our side and all type of stuff. But I would say to really help with the loneliness is really continue focusing on you. Like, pick up on new hobbies, pick up on old hobbies. Like, if you were younger and you love to dance, or you love to sing, or you love to do art, whatever hobbies you did when you were younger, pick up on that. And not only will it help with the loneliness, but picking up on old hobbies that you used to have when you were a child, it helps heal your inner child as well. So kill two birds with one stone, right? That you could work on your career instead of planning on working a 9 to 5 for like God knows how long. You could start working on your career, whatever your career is. Something very creative. Yeah, something just creative, whatever it is, whatever dream job you always had since you were a young child, start connecting to that more. If you have a new passion in life, you always wanted to be this and that, why not start on it, because you only have one life to live. Mine as well, right? Another thing too is try going on solo dates. Take a trip by yourself, whether it's to the movies, whether you're going shopping by yourself. Just go on a solo date by yourself, take a drive by yourself, whatever it is. Try practicing going out by yourself. And if you haven't cut off all of your friends, try hanging out with friends more. Try hanging out with family more. If you haven't, if they still resonate with you and they support your healing journey, then yeah, go ahead and hang out with them still. Just get yourself out of the house. Don't have your head all up in the clouds all the time, because that's definitely not going to help with the loneliness, right? You want to try to keep your mind preoccupied in the best way you know how, without the low vibrational stuff. If you was to drink all the time or smoke all the time, don't do those things to preoccupy your time, but do other things that's in a high vibration that's going to help you heal at the end of the day. And also remember, be patient with yourself. Always, always, always. Yes, it might be lonely right now, but it's all worth it, because towards the end of your journey, well, not the end, I'm gonna say there's always a journey to healing, but at one point in time, you're gonna feel healed enough to reconnect with people, reconnect with whoever you want to, or connect with new people. But there will be a point in time where that will come. But if you're in this isolation stage and you're trying to figure out who you are as a person, be patient with yourself, because you're rebirthing yourself, and it's going to take time. Like, think about, a woman giving birth. It takes 9 months to rebirth something new, right? So take your time. It's going to take months. It might take a year, but you're going to get where you want to be as long as you keep pushing forward. And don't let that loneliness get to your head. Like, everything will be okay. It's just a new change. I had to get used to being lonely for a minute, but once you start getting back out there, you feel like a whole different person. You're going to deal with life in a whole different way that you weren't used to before. So it's going to be worth it, trust me. And let's talk about meeting somebody new. Your intuition, your gut, that little thought in the back of your head is going to tell you as soon as you meet that person. Some people think like it takes longer, whatever. No, as soon as you lay eyes on that person, your intuition is going to tell you if that person is for you or not. If that person is for you, then you're going to have that thought, okay, I could push forward. I could see where this is going to go. If the intuition is telling you like something is off about this person, they seem a little toxic, whatever it is, listen to that first thought, because the universe and God gave you discernment for a reason. Like, you have discernment for a reason, right? So use it to your ability. Because if you go against that discernment, if you go against that gut feeling, say you take the route with that person that doesn't even seem all that, or they might have their little toxic thing going on, you take that route with that person, right? Later on, they end up breaking your heart, or they do something and it's just like, damn, I should have seen that coming, or I should have listened to my intuition, right? It's always going to tell you, especially when you healing. When you heal and you get more tapped into your spiritual side, your gut feeling is going to increase. Your intuition is going to increase. So if you ignore that feeling, then it's just going to bite you in the ass. For real. Especially if you go against that feeling and the universe and God is telling you, this person is not good for you, step away, cut this person off, and you do not cut this person off. One thing I want to tell you, you do not want God or the universe to do it for you, because it's going to get messy, child. I've experienced it too many times where I've been too stubborn to like cut somebody off or step out of a situation, even though my gut feeling was telling me don't do it, and I still did it, and it came to bite me in the ass. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. So you might as well do it yourself, so you won't have to experience the pain later on, and just save you all a bunch of tears and whatever, because it's gonna get messy. You let the universe or God do it for you, it's gonna get messy. Trust. I've been there, done that. Like, crying, like asking God why, but I already knew why. I just didn't listen. So yeah, listen to your intuition when it comes to certain situations, not even just people, like anything. If that gut feeling is telling you do not proceed, do not do this and that, listen, because it will bite you in the ass, okay? And it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be pretty. And sorry. And another thing is repeated cycles. So when you're healing, you're gonna go through a cycle, right? And basically in that cycle, the universe / God is testing you. For instance, say you are manifesting a new love in your life, right? And this person, after you manifested that, they presented themselves in front of you, right? And they kind of resemble like a little toxicity, or something that reminds you of your ex, right? Or something where it's like you haven't really used your discernment in a correct way to see if that person is good for you or not, right? Go ahead or whatever and say that you haven't healed this part of you, and you proceed with that person. It's going to become like a cycle. Are you going to accept this low vibrational offer from that person because you're lonely and you know you manifested a person, so you think this is the person for you off rip? Or are you going to really look within yourself and be like, okay, what is this person bringing out of me? Is it good or bad? And if it's bad, are you going to choose your higher self, or are you going to go with your low vibrational self? Say, for instance, you go with that low vibrational person, right? It's going to be a repeated cycle until you get it right. And what I mean by that is you go into that low vibrational relationship, right? And, you know, the person is bringing out all this type of stuff out of you. They're triggering you. They're doing this and that, right? You're not going to get over that hump, or you're not going to learn that lesson until you let go of that person. So it's going to be a repeated cycle. Say you chose your higher self, then it wouldn't be a repeated cycle. It would just be a cycle, but it wouldn't be repeated because you chose your higher self. You chose you over that low vibrational situation. I hope that makes sense. So basically saying that is God and the universe will give you the same person in a different body, right? To see if you will fall back into old habits or you would choose yourself, right? The more you choose your old habits, the longer it will take for you to heal. But the more you choose yourself and your higher self and what's good for you in your healing journey, then the faster it will take to heal. You know, you want to kind of avoid those repeated cycles. But to say that, it is okay if you fall into old habits, because at that moment you know what you know. If that opportunity presents itself to you, you know what you know, as in, like, if you go into that situation, you already know what you know at that moment. You don't know beyond that. You don't know what's going to happen. You just know what you know of your previous knowledge, right? So say if you go into that relationship and, okay, you might think that it's for your higher good or whatever, you know, you're only using your discernment of what you know now, right? You're not used to anything new. So of course you're gonna probably go into that cycle, right? You know, which is totally fine, because I mean, at the end of the day, that opportunity is presenting itself to you for you to learn a lesson. So if you really need to learn that lesson, you're most likely gonna go into that cycle with that person. And then after that situation is done, however it ends, then it's like, okay, I learned that lesson. Next time it presents itself to me, I would choose myself. So it's okay to go into them cycles, because in order to learn a lesson, you have to go through those cycles. So if you do it like once or twice, it's okay. But if you keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, and you learned your lesson after the first time, then you're just prolonging your healing journey. And to each their own, okay? And the last one, this is more like an optional thing. You do not have to do this. This is what I did, and it really, really helped just like speed my healing journey. It was choosing to be celibate, choosing celibacy. And I'm just going off of my definition of what celibacy is. It's when you already had sex and you choose not to have sex until, I guess, marriage, or when you find that right partner, or whenever you feel like you're ready to have sex again. That's my own definition of it. That's what I was taught in school. Some people choose celibacy as in, like, you're celibate until you find that person you're marrying, whatever it is for you. Either it's choosing not to have sex or being celibate, whichever it is, just taking a break from sex on the whole can really help with your healing journey. Because when you're having sex, especially at your low vibrational, or you're not healed, your discernment on who to have sex with is going to be kind of messed up, because you don't know any better, right? or you haven't healed certain stuff, like say you were sexually assaulted or you looked at sex in the wrong light, I feel like taking a break from sex and not having it will really give you the clarity on what sex really means to you personally, because everybody is different sexually, and you won't know what it means to you until you step back from it, right? That's what I did. I was celibate for like 6 months, and then I kind of like slipped up, and then I went back on it again for like another 6 months, and it really helped me, especially when it came to choosing new partners. It really helped me to see who can handle me sexually and who cannot handle me sexually, who is presenting me with only sex and who is really like liking me in a non-lustful way. It really helped me redefine sex in my own words. It helped me claim back my own body. It helped me stand in my sexual energy by myself without leaning on any other person for that, you know. So it really does help, even though that could be lonely too, but being celibate helps you transform your sexual energy. Like, you won't be as horny as you was before you were celibate, or you will look at sex in a whole different light on a spiritual level because you decided to go celibate, right? So I feel like that's a great choice, you know. And as soon as you mention to somebody that you are celibate, it will either run them away or they will, you know, respect you. And that's another thing that it helps with too. Like, I would always present to myself like, you know, I'm celibate, I don't really do this sex thing, It's either, you know, they run away quick, and if they run away quick, they're not for you, honey. That's a good thing that they're running away quick. They show their true colors right there and then. But if you say that you're celibate and they actually stay and they're like, hey, that's fine with me, I just actually want to get to know you, blah, blah, it helps the dating process so much easier, because you'll definitely have that quick discernment of who wants you just for sex and who wants you just for you. So I hope those help. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and like I said, comment, share with your friends, share with your family, share with whoever you feel needs to hear this. But I hope this helped. If you want more details, I'll put it in the next video. Just let me know what you want to hear in the comments. And yeah, see you later, soul family. Have a good one.